Let me ask you about some of the games this weekend. Chiefs and Jaguars. You talked about it. Chiefs lose the opening game of the season. They're 0-1. Now they're going into Duval, going up against a Jaguars team that I still think is underrated with what they did a year ago. Are the Chiefs in danger here of going 0-2, or do you think they bounce back this week?
Oh, for sure. If Travis is playing, I haven't seen any updates. But if Travis not playing, they're for sure. They're for sure. Bro, the Trevor Lawrence, we're going to talk about him in the conversation with the Jalen Hurts coming up. We're going to talk about him in the conversation with the Patrick Mahomes. Trevor Lawrence is an amazing football player. He's a generational talent, and he is going to get those guys. And now Calvin Ridley, they have their Travis Etienne. And I was just talking about the running backs, Zach. If you look at the running backs now that are balling, look at what Bijan Robinson did in Atlanta. When he caught his first NFL touchdown was a reception. And he put that safety on skates, and then he ran over two other guys and just got the hell on. You look at what Kyle Shanahan does in San Francisco with Christian McCaffrey. You look at the running backs that are thriving right now, and they're receiving running backs. Travis Etienne is right there with them. Travis Etienne's a dog that can play. So you have all those weapons. You add Calvin Ridley. You add who is it?
Christian Kirk. You got
Ingram.
Yeah, Evan Ingram.
Evan Ingram. They have weapons there, and Trevor Lawrence can make every single play. I think this is the resurgence. You know my man Fred Taylor off our podcast, The Pivot. Fred is so excited about this team right now. And on defense, there are no slouches either. That damn Josh Allen, and it's about to turn into the real Josh Allen with how Josh Allen's starting to play 3 interceptions on prime time. That guy can play. The Jaguars are one of those teams that are about to turn it around. And for sure, the Chiefs, bro. And I just said it, like, don't discount the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is going to figure out a way to win. But this back-to-back, losing to the Lions, which they shouldn't have, if Travis Kelce was playing. But also, man, it's a hell of a schedule they're playing. So they can go 0-2. I still believe the Chiefs make the playoffs if they go 0-2. But it is a very good chance, Zach, that they go 0-2 starting the season.
I know that the Ravens won last week. It was up against the Texans. The Bengals coming off that beatdown by the Cleveland Browns. But the Ravens, they just have that feeling that the injuries are going to keep on going to bite them and be the death of that team. You've already seen now J.K. Dobbins is out for the year. Are you buying into the Ravens, or is it, they just have so many guys that have been hurt throughout the years? I can't believe those guys are going to stay healthy throughout the season.
I'm buying into the Ravens because I know what John Harbaugh can do. And I've heard people discount their defense. My goodness, bro. You have Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen right there in the middle. Roquan had 16 damn tackles, a sack. I think, 2 tackles for – bro, this man is a beast. This defense can play ball. And I actually – I'm a name dropper, Zach. You know,
yeah,
I'm a name dropper.
Out of your pockets. I know that. You were, when I was on your show yesterday, you were waiting for me to mention that Ryan Clark was sitting right behind you. You were begging me to mention him.
He was. I'm a name dropper. Zay Flowers. I actually coached Zay in high school.
Oh, did you really?
Zay was my nickel cornerback, but he didn't know it. He played safety. He played nickel. He played outside linebacker. He played defensive end. He is just a stupid athlete. Zay Flowers and Odell Beckham Jr., Zay Flowers is the best receiver on that team. I'll say it. We saw it. He can do it. So what they have with Lamar and now trying to utilize weapons where Odell's going to have some big games. Zay's going to have some. I think Zay will be the offensive rookie offensive player of the year, the newcomer of the year. I do believe in the Ravens, but because I think people are underestimating their defense, underestimating what they can do defensively. The Ravens are never walking into a season when they can't hold teams under 20. They're going to put something together to hold teams under 20. Lamar got his money. He's happy. Now he has weapons. J.K. Dobbins, I feel sorry for the young kid. 2 years in a row now, season-ending injuries. But that's what the league's about, Zach. Availability is better than ability. If your ass can't be on that field, we don't need you. I know it personally where my injuries got me out of the league. The Ravens are built for old-school football. Run game, toughness. You have a running quarterback. But if this defense can be what I believe it can be with the leadership they have in the linebacking core, and if they can get into those, because nowadays you're never going to hold a team to 20-something points. If you're scoring 18 to 23 points a game, you're going to lose. If you can start scoring high 20s, low 30s, even getting to 40-some games, Zach, those are the teams that are going to win. If you look at it with the Eagles, who didn't have a great offensive performance. That's why they're about to beat the hell out of somebody tonight. They're going to their offense is going to blow up tonight. I believe that. But if you cannot score in the 30s and 40s on games, you can't win in this NFL. And it's not what I love. I'm an old school 2002 Derrick Brooks Buccaneers. I'm a 2000 Ravens Ray Lewis guy.
85
I love
Bears.
09 Steelers. I'll give Ryan Clark some love. Those 09 Steelers, bro, they were holding teams to 12 and 14 points a game. It is impossible in this new NFL. So now your offense got to get into the 30s if you're really going to compete.
Now, you're always honest, Shannon Crowder. Let's say you were in that Cowboys locker room. We know how great that Cowboys defense is, but the last 2 years in the postseason, the quarterback has held them back. What would be your honest assessment of Dak Prescott if you were in that locker room?
I would pull Dak to the side. If I was in the locker room, my honest assessment of Dak is he's never going to win a Super Bowl. He's not good enough. I'm not a fan of Dak. I've been saying it for years. He's going to mess up in the big moments. But if I was a Vander Esch, who plays my position, if I was a D-Law, if I was a Michael Parsons, who's a good friend of mine, I would invite him to a nice dinner. I would sit him down, Zach, and I would tell him, you're the problem of why we're not winning. This defense, bro, they brought in Stephon Gilmore to put on the opposite side of Trevon Diggs. Like, they have Malik Hooker was over there, Vander Esch and Harper at linebacker who both can play. That front four, Dante Fowler is a backup on that deep. Bro, this defense is a monster defense. You have all these all-pros. Zach Martin is going to the Hall of Fame. Smith, the tackle, he's a Hall of Fame type player. You have all this talent. Tony Pollard, CeeDee Lamb. You're bringing Brandon Cooks, who's a Blazer. Bro, I love this roster. And you know what's going to happen is what I say all the time, Zach. There's going to be a playoff game. You're going to be down by 4. It's going to be 1 minute and 37 seconds left on the clock, and your ass got to go get a touchdown. And Dak is not going to do it. I've watched Dak fail over and over again. The 49, if you say the two numbers 40 and 9 to Dak, he can't sleep that night. Zach, we watched it 2 years in a row.
You're right.
You're going to put some people that can rush on him, and Dak is not going to be able to perform there. The problem with the Cowboys is their overpaid quarterback, Dak Prescott. I've said it 100 times, and I do not believe Dak will ever get a ring on his right finger. Somebody marry him. He's a good-looking dude and very smart, but I don't believe Dak will get a ring if he's the starting quarterback.
Last thing I'll ask you, and I want to ask you this because you're a former player, now in the media, Channing Crowder. The whole turf versus grass debate that has been going wild ever since the Aaron Rodgers injury. What are your thoughts with your experiences here?
I played on the old turf. I played on the Astro turf. That was no bueno, bro. That was no good. I'm in South Florida. My wife's Cuban. No bueno. No good. That old Astro turf. I actually played in Toronto against the Bills, one of those international games, and they had the Astro turf. That is carpet on cement. That was terrible. The new turf with the little black graded up tires in it is a lot better. It's not like natural grass. So I saw when Goodell went on with Stephen A. Smith, I think 2 days ago, yesterday, I watched that. And he was saying that some players love the Astro turf because it's faster. It is faster. It's a faster surface. But no player wants to get injured. And there is a higher chance, look at the numbers, look at the doctors, whatever they want to put, there's a higher chance of getting injured on the Astro turf. I would say me personally, as just a banger, like I wasn't blazing, I wasn't running down the sideline on go routes. I didn't see a difference in playing on AstroTurf or playing on grass. But I know that I've listened and talked to enough guys that were Blazers and did run and all, and they say that the injury rate is higher. The chances, the footing, the when you cut, how it sticks and how it doesn't slip, there's always a little give. Even if it's a quarter inch, there's a little give on grass. There's never give on the AstroTurf because it's plastic. It's plastic with little pieces of plastic wrapped up into it. So that little give could be the difference between an ACL tear, a difference between, like you're speaking of, Aaron Rodgers, a difference between an Achilles tear. That little give is something, and I do, like you're saying, there's an argument about it right now, and I know why you're asking me, but I do believe there's a higher injury rate on AstroTurf because of the fact that natural dirt to root give, there's no roots in AstroTurf. It's just stuck. It's it's sewed into the damn to the bottom. So that extra little something that natural grass gives does mean something, and I think it does take down on injuries. But on the other side, I understand the money. I understand the time it's going to take. I understand the finances it's going to have grass in December 20.
The NFL has so much money. The NFL could afford all that money. They got it. Come on.
But Zach, it can't happen. How the hell am I going to grow grass in Green Bay on December 27th? Where am I going to grow? I'm going to grow it in Puerto Rico and mail it to Green Bay. Like, Zach, let's be honest. You can't do it. You can't do it. The coolest thing I've ever seen was in Arizona. When Arizona, they have a dome and the entire field slides into the parking lot.
And look at the Super Bowl this year was a mess.
They grow the grass and then they slide it back in. That was the coolest thing I've ever seen. I don't give a damn how many rollers you have under the grass. What are you going to do at MetLife on December 29th? You're going to roll it out to get snow on it and roll the snow back in? It just can't happen. They have to figure it out. My opinion is they're going to run this out like they run anything else. Like they ran concussions out. Like they ran concussions out until Will Smith did the damn movie speaking like he was an African, and now people care about concussions. They didn't even want to talk about mental health for 40 years. Exactly. Come on now. They're going to run this damn turf thing out. They're going to keep this artificial turf until 20. My son might be in the NFL before they really try to get natural grass on every field. I don't think it's going to happen, but also I don't think that it's important enough that the product is that bad without natural grass on every field. And I don't believe they're going to address it for a decade.
He's Shannon Crowder. You can see him everywhere. Pivot inside the NFL. The ratings are going through the roof on CW. He was telling me about yesterday. So we'll pat him on the back right there. And also 560 WQAM inside the Odyssey family with my guys Mark Hochman and also Alejandro Solana as well. Channing, you're the best. We appreciate it.